welcome to MJ's 30-day vlog challenge! Whee! I decided to change things around a little bit today. I liked the background of my bookcase, but I didn't like the way the light was hitting my face, and now I feel like I look a lot better. So, me looking better is better than you having something pretty to look at behind me, right? We're supposed to talk about our favorite book. My favorite book is actually not just a book, but an entire series. No, it's not Harry Potter. My favorite book is actually not specifically a particular book, but a particular author. My favorite author is Jacqueline Carey. She writes Kushiel's This is Kushiel's Avatar. This is actually the third book in the series. I loaned out my first book to one of my friends, and my fiance actually has the second book, so I am only able to show you the third book in the series. But this is the third book in the series, which is actually perfect because this is my favorite book in the whole series. Blah, 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 blah. I'm actually currently not reading any of these. I'm currently reading George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones, which is a fantastic book, and I highly recommend it, but I feel as though the world building in that one wasn't quite as good as it is in Kushiel's Start. One of the reasons why I very much enjoy Jacqueline Carey's writing is because she uses a lot of eloquent phrases and a lot of intricate detail. There's so much intricate detail in the first three Kushiel series. I can't even imagine how this woman sits down and writes this beautifully. Like, if I could do that, I would be so happy. I guess it's, you know, a lifelong learned talent, which I'm hoping to be able to do since, you know, I am in creative writing and I'm an English major in school. Oh my god, I really just want to read this book. That's all I want to do. I just want to open this up and sit down and read for 12 hours. I want to read 12 hours every single day. I don't want to do anything else. If I could find a job where all I had to do was read a book the entire day, that would be my perfect, like, profession. But anyway, I feel as though, and this could be just because I'm more familiar with the Kushiel world than I am with the world of the Seven Kingdoms in Song, Fire, and Ice. But I feel like the world building actually is better in Kushiel because it starts off when Phaedra, she's the main character, it starts off when she's a young child and she tells the story of her life from a certain point. And I feel like watching her sort of grow up in this world allows you to better understand it because you go in not really knowing anything about it, and instead of like throwing in your face all the information that you need to know about this certain world, it sort of takes you on a little bit of a journey and you learn about it as she learns about it. I don't like authors who write fantasy books who expect you to pretty much know everything about their culture. I mean, it makes reading the second time a lot better, but I like when you can read it the first time and you kind of understand what's going on. You're not just completely lost and like, oh my god, where the hell did this dragon come from? It's like, you know, there shouldn't be any dragons in this world. There was no magic introduced before. What the fuck is going on? And you just get so confused when that happens. And I feel like Jacqueline Carey really takes the time and she explores this world and she explores her characters extremely well. That's actually another reason why I really like the book series, is that the characters go through so much development. The first three books actually are written from Phaedra's point of view. The second three books are written from Imriel. He's a character that's introduced in the third book. He is... I don't want to give too many spoilers away. I really like his character. His character is very different, and he's darker than Phaedra almost, because Phaedra was brought up, you know, in this aristocratic, rich, like 1500s lifestyle, and he was not brought up that way at all. So it's very different. Like, the characters aren't all the same. They actually, unlike Stephanie Meyer, who writes all of her characters and they're all perfect and they don't progress, they all just sort of stay the same. These characters actually grow and they learn from their mistakes and they become more than like they were in the beginning. Because Phaedra starts off as really selfish and really sort of flighty and vain and, you know, thinks a lot of herself. And then as she goes through the entire series, she learns so much more about who she is and like what she's supposed to be. Oh my god, someone just made a poopy and it really freaking stinks. You can read these books again and again and they just keep getting better. This is Kushiel's Justice. This is the second book of the second trilogy. And then I actually just started reading Nama, the Nama series, which is, it's different, but I still like it. I mean, it's still really good, but it's not quite the same. I mean, the books aren't even the same, written the same, because Phaedra has been taught how to pay attention to details throughout her life. So I think that's why the first book is so good to be, you know, a starter, is because you read it and you're like, oh, well, she pays attention to details, so this is why she has to learn all this stuff, and that's how you learn about the whole world, and you see what's going on in it. There's this illusion in Kushiel's Dart, which is the first book of this entire series, that you know is going to happen. At least I knew it was going to happen. I'm one of those people where I can totally pick out what's going to happen in a book next. But then afterwards, it was just totally up in the air. Like, you didn't know if the characters were going to survive. You didn't know who was going to die next. You didn't know what was going on. It was just completely a mystery. And I loved that about this book, because it was just sort of unpredictable and real and raw. The battle scenes also are amazing. There's a war that takes place towards the end. Because of the use of detail and description, it makes for a really interesting read. He's purring. It's so sweet. Oh, little kitty. I guess that's all for today. Check me out tomorrow. I don't remember what I'm actually supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to talk about someone that inspires me, but Jacqueline Carey is the only one that truly actually inspires me with her writing. Whenever I read her books, I just want to, like, get up and start practicing writing again. But, so I probably won't talk about that. I'll probably find something else to talk about tomorrow. I don't know what yet. So, tune in tomorrow and check it out, and we'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye! Have you ever had that where your brain just stops working and you can't think of a sentence to save your soul? Good thing I'm not in a schooling of a profession where I actually have to use my words, you know, like I do.